Welcome back! We have tried to go into the Dark Forest, but unfortunately there is a witch there who turned us into a newt. Or a toad, as the case may be. Fortunately we could restore, so we got better. But until we find a way to defeat this witch, or at the very least undo the effect of her spells, we won't be able to go into the forest. And yes, I only went right, but if you go to the left there, you actually end up in the same situation. So, for now, let us continue west from here. What do we have here? A willow tree. But not quite a usual one, by the looks of it. At least I don't know many willow trees that have faces and play harp.
To the north, Graham can see the gnarly edge of a deep, dark forest.
Starting to look at the tree.
A graceful weeping willow tree grows beside a small pond created from her tears. In her branch-like arms, she clutches a beautiful harp, as a child would a cherished toy.
It's Space Tree, the Space Tree's long-lost cousin, I guess. Maybe not. Cedric, don't you have anything to say about this rather strange phenomenon?
Oh, what a sad song she plays. Let's try to cheer her up, Graham.
How will I find this heart of mine, taken from me for some time? Here I stand near my pool of tears, here I'll stay throughout my years.
Wow, it's not just a weeping willow, it's a singing willow. And according to her song, she lost her heart. I wonder if that's metaphorical or literal. Well, let's find out. Let's try and talk to her.
Miss Willow?
Yes?
You can talk?
Why, of course I can. What did you expect?
Well, I've never seen a talking tree before. What's wrong?
Everything's wrong, can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, my fiancé and I were walking through this wood when a nasty old witch came along and was instantly charmed by my handsome prince. When he naturally refused her advances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land and turned me into a tree. Then she stole my heart.
Stole your heart?
Yes, she turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart brought back. Now, all I have to cheer me up is my harp. It's quite magical, you know. It plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now please, leave me alone in my sorrow.
Poor thing. Her heart was stolen by the witch. Well, let me guess, we're gonna have to help her. Unfortunately, we can't go to where the witch is, in the Dark Forest. Not yet, anyway. Also, why was Graham so surprised that she could talk, considering we heard her sing, like 5 seconds ago? One thing you might have guessed is that the prince we saw before is actually her fiancé. Although how that makes sense, considering she said the witch banished him to a faraway land, I don't know. Maybe he came back. There's actually a subtle hint that the prince and the tree are related if you don't notice so already from what they're saying. Go back to the previous video and listen carefully to the music that plays when we first see the sad prince. And you'll find that that is actually the same musical cue that is used for the Weeping Willow's theme. Clever, eh? Okay, well, we'll have to help her out, I suppose, but we'll do so later. We also have to remember, we have to help our own family. It's all fine that we're helping bees and ants and shoemakers and whatever. I can't forget our own problems.
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
Why not, Cedric? What's with the prejudice?
Cedric seems to be...
Nothing to say.
A gypsy wagon is encamped here at the edge of the woods. On the side of the wagon, the words "Fortune Teller" have been painted. A large ox, tied to the gypsy's wagon, peacefully munches on grass. Within the gypsy encampment, Graham notices a tall, burly man who keeps a suspicious eye on him and Cedric.
A fortune teller. Well, in previous Guinness Wars games, we have occasionally learned a useful thing or two from oracles and the like. So, getting our fortune told would be nice. Let's see if we can talk to this guy.
The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort.
I guess not. Can we talk to the cow?
The ox's mouth is too full of grass to even attempt a conversation with Graham.
Okay. Can we just get our fortune told? No, we cannot. Game won't let you use the hand icon there. Can we steal his supper?
Obviously, the man wouldn't tolerate Graham taking his supper.
Okay. I guess not. Maybe we just need to walk to there. Oh. Don't do that.
It will cost you 1 gold coin to see Madamushka.
1 gold coin? Would you take a custard pie instead?
That is not a gold coin.
Very astute. Okay, well, I guess we have to find a gold coin somewhere. We found a silver coin before. Which wouldn't have helped us then. Unless we could paint it yellow or something, I don't know. Nope, we're gonna have to find a gold coin somewhere else. And since we ran out of stuff to explore here, except for the Dark Forest, which we cannot presently enter, there is nowhere left for us to go except for the desert, off to the west. And of course, this desert is very dangerous, but we're gonna have to explore it anyway.
Ooh, there's nothing but a hot, dry desert to the west. Most people avoid it because there are bandits out there. Ooh, if you insist on going, I'll wait for you here.
And Cedric is too much of a coward to come with us. Which is fine by me, actually. I mean, it's not like he's usually so useful.
The scraggly bushes of the dry brushland taper off to a hot, sandy desert as far as the eye can see to the west. To the east, Graham can see the sparse edge of Serenia's woods.
That's some strange geography, having a desert right next to a lush forest. But then that seems to be amazingly common in fantasy lands. I guess these people never really studied how climates work.
A rocky cliff ending in a string of huge boulders blocks further travel to the north.
Indeed it does, which means we cannot go further north. If you go far enough west or far enough south, you will actually end up in endless desert. Of course, you will die there. If you try going south and then to the east, you end up with the scorpion that killed us before. Now, the desert, the difficult thing about the desert actually is that it is quite extensive. There are a couple of things in there that we need. And Graham can only go, I think it's about 7 or 8 screens before he dies first. So the only way to get anywhere is to find an oasis, of which there are a couple, and drink. the water there, and then you can continue again. So what you're going to have to do if you play this game by yourself for the first time is map out the entire desert, find those oases, and it's going to take you a lot of time because initially you won't know where the oases are, so you won't be able to get that far without dying. So there's going to be a lot of saving and restoring involved in order to map out this huge desert. And since you don't really know what you're looking for,
The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon.
that's the game's warning saying that you cannot go much further. Fortunately, we have found a oasis. How convenient. It's almost as if I knew there was one here. And we drink using the hand icon, because we don't have a taste icon in this game. Yes, walk through the water.
Life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Walk through the water with your dirty boots and then drink it. That's the best thing to do. So yeah, this is quite difficult to do, figuring out where you need to go and what you need to do and things like that. I'm just going to save in order to be safe. Fortunately, I already have a map of the desert, so I do know where we need to go. And I also happen to know what it is we need in the desert. One of my major complaints about this game, and actually some of the other Games for games as well, is again, it's you're doing things because you can, not because you know that there's a reason to do it. There's no indication that there's anything of use in the desert, and the items that we're gonna find, you don't particularly know that you need them yet. Nor could you. Well, with one exception. So it's just, we're going into the desert because it's there, so it must serve some purpose. And that is not a style of game design that I particularly like. It seems that this poor fellow had some problems getting around the desert, and didn't quite make it, despite the fact that he's quite close to an oasis.
Uh-oh. A picked clean and sun-bleached skeleton lies in the sand of the hot, dry desert. What happened? Who can say? But it makes Graham uneasy nevertheless.
I know what happened. He died of thirst. It's not that difficult. Okay, well, we'll have to continue exploring the desert in the next video.